Assalamu alaikum. A very good morning to everyone. Welcome to KNU's English Medium High School and Junior College online channel. I am your new subject teacher, Rabia Kunle, and I will be teaching you OCM, that is Organization of Commerce and Management. First of all, a very warm welcome to all of you, and big congratulations on achieving good results in standard 10th, and also a very hearty welcome and congratulations for choosing a stream like commerce for your future studies. You all must have chosen this after analyzing certain concepts, after analyzing certain things, and after having certain goals. Like some would like to be graduate in commerce only, but there must be some who wanted to do chartered accountant, and there must be some who must want to do law or anything else. Like there are a lot of options. When you choose commerce, you are not constricted to one particular thing. There are a variety of options which you can choose. You can be a lawyer, you can be an architecture, you can be a businessman, you can be a professional trainer, or you can do graduations in marketing, in HR, in all such things. So first of all, I would like to say you have chosen a very well you have made a very well decision by choosing commerce, and I will like to show some light on the subject of OCM for you. What is Organization of Commerce and Management? What is commerce? You all have chosen commerce, but I don't think that hardly one or two of you must be very well aware what is commerce. Commerce is a subject. Yeah, it is. But what do you mean by commerce? From where it is derived? Commerce is the conduct of trade. Trade means buying and selling. Basically, when you buy and sell goods and services, it is said as commerce. When you buy and sell on a large scale, it is commerce. Commerce is a trade. It is a buying and selling. There are two parties involved. One is the buyer and the another one is the seller. If there are two parties involved, and if there is an exchange of goods for consideration, goods for goods, then it is called as commerce. Now, what do you mean by consideration? Consideration means something in return. If I am giving you rice, you will give me money. There is an exchange. I am giving you something, you are giving me something. That is buying and that is selling, and that is commerce in a broader sense. So generally, commerce refers to the exchange of goods, services, or something of value between business or entities. Now, what do you mean by goods? Goods are physical things. Pen is a good, paper is a good, book is a good, table is a good, rice, wheat, goods. What do you mean by services? Services are benefits. Services are intangible benefits which cannot be seen or touched, but you can make benefit out of it. Like transportation is a service, hotel is a service, education is a service. You are not actually buying the hotel, you are not actually buying the vehicle by which you are doing transportation, but you are only taking benefit out of it. You are only using it for some time by giving some money or consideration. So basically, commerce is an exchange of goods and services. Commerce is buying and selling of goods and services between two people on a larger scale. What is the name of your subject? Organization of Commerce. That means you will be studying all about buying and selling, about various institutions that deals in buying and various business entities, and what are the types of business organizations, what is buying, what is selling, what do you mean by goods, what do you mean by economic activities. All these things you're going to study in this subject. What is the latter part of this subject? Organization of commerce and management. What is management? Management is the act of getting people together to accomplish desired goals and objectives using available resources efficiently and effectively. Basically, management is a way of doing things. Management is a way of managing things, of arranging things. Management is an art. It is an art of getting things done through and with people. If I am able to get something done from you, then I am a person who know how to manage things. For example, if I can make 5 people work for me for my benefit, then I am a good manager. If I am able to convince 5 of you students to draw something on board for me, that means I know how to manage people, and I know how to convince people, and I know how to get the work done from people. So management is an act of getting things done with people effectively and efficiently. These are the 2 points which are very important: efficiency and effectively. Efficiently means without making any wastage. Minimum wastage and maximum output is what efficiency is all about. And effectively means the work should be done correctly. Like for example, if I assign the task of decorating the board to 2 students, if one of you, both of you are completing your work, okay, so effectiveness is there. The results have been achieved. I wanted the board to be decorated, both of you decorated it. But what about efficiency? Efficiency means minimum wastage and maximum results. So if one of you is doing it in 5 minutes and by using less resources, then that person is called as efficient. If another one is doing it in 10 minutes and using more resources, then it is called as inefficient one. So management focuses on efficiency and effectiveness both. Getting the work done is one thing, but getting the work done in the best possible manner is what management is all about. So this is your subject wherein you are going to study about commerce, about business, about types of business, about organizations, business organizations, types of business organizations. Then you will be studying about management and its features and characteristics and functions and principles, etc. So here we are going to start with our very first chapter, that is Introduction of Commerce and Business. What do you mean by introduction, commerce and business? I have made it clear. What is commerce? Commerce is buying and selling of goods and services, exchange of goods and services within 2 entities. What is business? It is similar. Business is buying and selling of goods and services for economic benefits. We'll come to it later on. Firstly, basically we'll be studying what is this chapter all about. Okay, now you all are sitting here, you all are human beings, you all are engaged in conducting certain activities. Somebody is daydreaming, somebody is sitting idle, somebody is drinking water, somebody is writing, somebody is reading. That is human activities. Human activities are done on a regular basis. We are human, we are doing something, that is human activities. First of all, let's read this. All human beings require different types of goods and services to satisfy their needs. So they keep themselves busy and do some activity throughout their life. All activities can be classified as economic and non-economic activities. That's true. I just said that you all are human and you are doing human activities. Now your activities can be divided into 2 broad classifications: economic activities and non-economic activities. Economic activities means activities that are related to earning money, that are related to money. Wherever you will read the term economic, understand this, that it is related to money. You all have a big subject of economics for you. Yes, it has been introduced to you in previous class by previous teacher, so now you know what is economics. So basically, wherever you will study the word economic, it would be related to money. If it is economics, it has to be related to money. Now, what do you mean by economic activities? Economic activities are those activities that are related to money, and non-economic activities are those activities which are not related to money. Not related to money. So, like for example, your mother cooks food for you. Is it economic activity or non-economic activity? Non-economic activity, because she is cooking food out of love and affection for her own kids. Similarly, if a caterer cook food, which activity is this? Yes, economic activity. Why? Because the caterer is doing it for the purpose of earning money. Money aspect is involved. That is why it is included in economic activities. Okay. Similarly, your mother makes a sweet dish. It is for her children. That is non-economic activity. But if your mother is making that sweet dish to sell it in the market, then it is an economic activity. So, if there is an aspect of money involved, it will be economic activities. If it is not involved, then it is non-economic activities. So, here we will be studying more about economic activities, which will be broadly classified into 3: business, profession, and employment. First of all, let us study in detail what is non-economic activities. Non-economic activities are those human activities which are performed to satisfy personal, social, religious, cultural, and sentimental requirements without monetary expectations. We are satisfying our personal requirement, we are satisfying our social requirement, our cultural and sentimental requirement, but we are not charging money for it, we are not involving money for it. Like if I have a habit of painting, and I am painting things and putting it in my own room, on my own walls, then it is my personal requirement, I am doing it for myself, then it is a non-economic activity. If I am making food for myself, my family, non-economic activity. If I am producing something for my family, it is non-economic activity. If I am making food and distributing it in poor people, that is non-economic activity. So all those things which involves social requirements, religious requirements, cultural requirements, but without expectations of money, is called as non-economic activity. Examples given in your book are reading books, serving people, cooking by mother, etc. So non-economic activities, I can ask all of you to list a few non-economic activities, and you will be able to do it in fraction of seconds. You'll be like, oh, I am making a cake for myself, that is non-economic activity. I am doing reading, that is non-economic activities. I am writing a poem, that is non-economic activity. So all those things, all those human activities that does not require monetary expectations are called as non-economic activities. What are economic activities? Opposite: activities that involves production, distribution, and consumption of goods and services for money or money's worth at all levels within a society is called as economic activity. Here the main concept is expectation of money, exchange of money. Then what are the basics? Production and distribution and consumption. What do you mean by production? To make something. Distribution, to give it to people, and consumption, actually using it. Like for example, If we have one of our student who is a baker, if she is baking a cake, that is production of cake, and if she is sending it to some person, it is distribution of that cake, and that person is actually you eating it, that is consumption of that. And that person, after eating the cake, is paying the person who bakes the cake, that is monetary expectation. So what is happening? There is an exchange. First of all, there is a human activity. I am making a cake. Now I have to decide whether it is economic or non-economic. If I ate that cake myself, that would be non-economic. If my family eats it, that would be non-economic. If somebody else eats it and does not give me money, non-economic. But if I am making a cake and somebody else is eating it and giving me money in exchange of it, that will be considered as economic activity. For example of economic activity is working in a factory, working in a business entity, then producing goods and services on a large scale for selling in the market, and caterers, then musicians, then like if I am playing music for myself, that is non-economic activity. But if I am playing a guitar in a concert, that is economic activities. All those human activities for which monetary expectation is considered is called as economic activities. Thus, economic activities facilitates earning livelihood. Okay, so economic activities are further classified into three: business, employment, and profession. What is the first? Business. Business is something what commerce is all about. So everybody must be well aware. Like if I ask a few of you, what does your parents do? One would stand up and say, my father is a teacher. Another one will say, my father works in Reliance company. Another one will say, my father have his own business. He is a businessman. So business is basic. There are these three types. If your father is a teacher, he is doing a profession. If your father is working in a company, he is doing an employment. And if your father have his own business, he is a businessman. So what is business? Business represents organized efforts by an individual or group of individuals, organized efforts by one person or a group of persons. If your father is starting up a business all alone, he is starting up a small shop and he is the one who is procuring goods, he is the one who is selling goods, he is the one who is taking all the profit, then it is an individual effort. But if your father along with your brothers and your uncles start up a family business, then all of them are involved in certain activities, like one is buying goods, one is selling goods, one is doing advertisement, one is looking after finance, then it will be a group efforts. So business can be individual or group efforts. For what? For what? Let's see. It is a systematic attempt by business persons to produce goods and services and sell them in the market to reap the reward by way of profit. What is the basic purpose? Producing goods and selling goods for the purpose of earning profit. What is profit? You all have studied what is profit. Selling price minus cost price is profit. Understood? If you are buying a pen, if you are producing a pen for 10 rupees and selling it for 15 rupees, what will be the profit? 15 minus 10, 5. So profit is the margin between the buying and the selling price. So what is business? Business is a systematic approach, systematic arrangement of things by a group of individuals or one particular individuals. What is the basic purpose? Producing goods and services and selling goods and services with the purpose of earning profit. If profit aspect is involved, it is related to business. It satisfies multiple and complex needs of the society. At this point in the very first lecture, this is what you have to understand. What is business? Producing goods and services and selling goods and services with the purpose of earning profit. Definition of business. Business activities are all those human activities which are directed towards the production and processing of wealth. So true. What are the business activities? You are producing and processing wealth. Money is getting circulated from one person to another person, and it is getting processed and produced. Okay, so what is business? Now if I ask you, what does your father do? If your father have a small shop, he is a businessman. If your father have a cake shop, he is a businessman. If your father have a retail shop, he is a businessman. If your father is a sweet manufacturer, he is a businessman. If your father is producing something and selling it in the market, he is a businessman. What do you mean by profession? Profession is that part of economic activities under which a person uses his educational knowledge and special skills to render services for earning some income. What do you mean by that? And it is an economic activity. Definitely it is related to earning money, but here you are not producing and selling anything. You are using your educational knowledge and special skills to render services for earning some income. What are you doing? You are earning some income by rendering services. I am standing here teaching you this subject by using my educational knowledge and my special skills which I have learned. I am not producing anything. I am not distributing anything. I am not selling anything. I am not exchanging anything with you. But I am exchanging my educational knowledge and my special skills, and I am giving you service. I am providing you benefits. That is what profession is all about. Doctors, they are rendering their services. They are using their educational knowledge to give benefit to its patients. Chartered accountants, lawyers, they use their educational knowledge to give benefits to their clients. Teachers, they use their educational knowledge to give benefits to their students. So profession is all about using educational knowledge and special skills for rendering services, and in exchange earning money. Earning money is important because it is an economic activity. Money aspect must be involved. If I am teaching for my own satisfaction and I am not charging any money from you all, that would be non-economic activity, and that would not be considered as profession. Okay, and what is the last point? Employment. Employment, it is an economic activity in which people work for others. There is an employer-employee relationship. Two people are there. One is the company that hires people, and then they are employers, and people who work for that company, that is an employee. So there is a relationship of two people, employer and employee. Employer is a person who offers the job, and the person who accepts the job is called as employee. Like AMS, English Medium High School and Junior College, they are employer. They have offered the job, and I and other teachers are employee. We are working for this. So I am a profession. I am also conducting a profession, and I am also an employer. Another example would be business enterprises, big Reliance, Tata, Infosys. All these companies are employers, and people who are working for them are employees. Okay, remuneration and terms and conditions are agreed by both of them. Once the person is hired in a business organization, the employer and the employee both bargain on terms of remuneration. That means salaries and anything in return for their benefits. So what is employment? Employment is an economic activity wherein there is no production and distribution. There may or may not be use of educational knowledge and special skills, but it is a relationship between two people, employer and employee, where one person hires another person to get his work done. So this is what employment is all about. So in today's lecture we have studied what is commerce and management. We have started with our first chapter wherein we studied about human activities, which are broadly divided into two: economic and non-economic. Non-economic means that are done for personal benefits and which are not related to money, like mother cooking a food. And another one was economic activities, which is related to money. That example I give, caterers cooking of food. Then economic activities are divided into three: business, profession and employment. That's it for the day. Thank you.